What's going on, brothers? What is going on? It is your dude, Mr. International Passport, here again for yet another future classic. Please press a 1 in the live stream chat if y'all can hear me loud and clear. How is my audio? Please press 1 in the live stream chat. That will be greatly appreciated. How's my audio, brothers? Am I good? How's the quality? How's the sound? Very important live stream today, so we gotta make sure I'm good. Better every day. Thank you, bro, for confirming. Can I get a couple more ones, please, to make sure I'm in the building? Ash, salute. Thank you, bro. Give me a couple more ones, brothers, if y'all can hear me loud and clear. Mike Lawrence, and any more ones to make sure that I'm good. DN3300, awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's get it cracking. So, brothers, welcome to another classic, future classic live stream. Of course, first and foremost, thanks to all those that have supported me over the past couple of years. Your support is greatly appreciated. I welcome aboard the new people. I accept and I embrace you with open arms. When you come in tonight, brothers, I need you please to hit the like button. Likes are extremely important. You got to engage. So make sure you're chatting in the live stream chat. You're saying something, you're liking the video. That'd be greatly appreciated. And of course, please support what I do, support the movement by hitting the PayPal, hitting the super chats tonight, joining the Patreon as a lifetime member, and of course, book your consultations to get you out there into IT, etc., etc. And of course, cop the merch and do anything you can, brothers, to support the channel. That'd be greatly appreciated. So let's get it cracking. A very important stream today, right? And I've been assessing my channel over the past couple of weeks, and I want to do more diverse content. I want to do content about traveling, foreign women, passport bro content, red pill content, and I want to do more content about political and economic affairs. As we're passport bros, we are traveling to different countries. Laws, politics, what's going on will also affect us. So it's very important, brothers, that we not only focus on the woman. Yes, foreign women are great, they're exciting, they're wonderful, but we have to start thinking about, things that could affect us in a positive or negative way. And this is where geopolitics comes into the whole passport bros movement, as we are travelers and we want to have that full on global citizen mentality. So the live stream, the topic of today is BRICS. And I have titled this stream, brothers, all right? Passport bros must tap into the BRICS global market or be oppressed in the West. What does that mean, brothers? What does that mean? So in the past week or so, major developments and movements have occurred and have happened. So we have the BRICS conference that took place in, if I'm not mistaken, South Africa. Okay, big news. It was everywhere. Okay, and BRICS stands for Brazil, Russia, India, what's it? China and South Africa. Okay, and these are countries that have come together back in 2010 as a counterbalance to the G7 countries. And part of the G7 countries are America, of course, UK, Japan, Australia, Canada, etc., etc. Okay, so in the past week or so, BRICS have flexed their muscles. Okay, they have flexed their muscles. They're now adding in new countries. They've added in Saudi Arabia, Iran, Argentina, Egypt, um, United Arab Emirates, and a few other countries. And those countries combined together have a total GDP of $20 trillion. $20 trillion. What does that mean? It means that those countries will be trading amongst each other. These are very prosperous and oil rich natural resource countries. This is a very, very important topic for us passport bros. And it's something that we can't ignore because the world is changing. And you know me, brothers, right? I vent out my frustration on the horrible West. I think the West is a horrible society, in my opinion. Feminism, high body count rates, lack of religion, you know, lack of morality, just degenerate degeneracy all time round. Imagine living in a world where every country is like the West. You will go crazy. You will go crazy. These BRIC countries have different ideologies than the West. They're more traditional, right? They're more, let's say, family orientated, and they don't like the West. So essentially, brothers, they're now fighting back. They're fighting back against the powers that be, the ones that truly run the world. And I'll keep it a stack of you, brothers. America runs the world, and it does it through its powerful dollar currency. So let me give you a brief history, and I may be incorrect here, but the shift towards America running the world happened after World War II. Okay, for some reason, every other country wanted to tie its economy, its resources to the US dollar. Okay. But little did they know was that that was a bad deal. Because America runs your financial system, they can bully you and tell you, hey, accept this agenda, accept this kind of way of life in your country, or we won't aid you, we will cut aid, we won't fund you, you have no money. They have done that to Zimbabwe. They're doing that to Russia currently. They have done it to many and plenty of African countries and South American countries. Right now, Venezuela is going through hell right now, brothers, because of the US, to keep it a stack. To keep it a stack. So BRICS is what we need as a counterbalance. We need the US dollar to weaken significantly because the US controls the world through its dollar. Essentially, all the transactions, right, are done through the US dollar. We all need oil. Oil powers our gas at home. Oil powers, the cars we drive. Without oil, the world doesn't function well. So if you're making transactions, buying oil, selling oil in a single currency known as a dollar, it means that America has leverage. They can sanction you. They can pull that support away. They can play games and pull strings behind the scenes because they have that currency that every other country is pinned by. Essentially, brothers, it's oppression. It is oppression and it's control. As passport bros, we are essentially global citizens. We want to get out there, right? We want to leave the West. We want to, meet beautiful women, grab up new opportunities abroad. And what better way by doing that than getting into IT? That gives you the flexibility to take your skills abroad, sorry, and remote work there as well. So what does BRICS means for passport bros? It means a lot of things, brothers. Too many things that I won't even mention in this live stream. But let me break it down for you, brothers. Money, wealth. Big money is going to be made in the BRICS global market. Mhm. Yes. And as passport bros, I've always felt like, particularly as black men, as brothers, we are oppressed in the West. Okay. But guess what, right? Unfortunately, the West is the only thing that we've lived by and the only thing that we can actually, you know, um, that we're used to. So all our mentality is pinned to the West. But for some reason, right, we as brothers are unable to get forward in the West and reach our true potential. We have to start thinking globally to make this money and to build wealth. We cannot become too obsessed with the West. Me and Theo preach, having assets in the West, having property here, doing things here to help you fund your trips abroad. That's great. But the wealth building machine will make you millionaires, potentially billionaires, will not happen in the West, brothers. How many black billionaires are in the West right now? How many black billionaires are in the West right now? I can't name 20, but I can name plenty of white billionaires. I can name plenty of Indian billionaires. you know? What does that tell you, brothers? It's not that we're not smart. It's not that, we're not great. We are great, but we don't have the opportunities to reach our full potential. And dare I say that we as brothers, we are oppressed in the West, financially and opportunity wise. Take for example, brothers. I'm sure you've all been in a situation where you have worked harder than the next white person in your job, and that white person gets a promotion over you, even though he or she has done half your work. Press a 2 in the chat if you've been through that experience before. Press a 2 in the chat when white people in your job have got promotions over you, even though they work less than half than what you do. Everyone sees how hard brothers work in the corporate world, in the blue collar working world. But that promotion, that pay rise, that recognition is hardly ever recognized. Because because the system in the West is built not for us, it's built to oppress us. And this is why being a passport bro is some of the greatest thing that's happened to brothers in the last 10, 15, 20 years. Brothers, the world is now going global. The world wants to move away from the West. Therefore, there's an opportunity as us passport bros to tap into the BRICS global market. What is this market? This is a market where trade will get down, where new technology is being built, you know, where investments are happening, where people could tap into emerging economies, and when the economy becomes developed, you find yourself being a millionaire or billionaire. Brothers, I need you to see the bigger picture here. I need you, brothers, to assess the whole situation 360 wise. See the forest for the trees. Start thinking big. Start thinking big. These countries like Indonesia, Nigeria, Ghana, Algeria, etc., etc. It's going to be a whole different world a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. And passport bros must tap into that global market. How do we tap into such a market, brothers? One thing: IT and business, particularly IT. This world cannot function without IT. If you're currently in IT right now, consider yourself blessed. Consider yourself blessed. Applications will be made, right? Programming languages will need to be used. The cloud will need to be used. So many different parts of IT will be involved in this BRICS process. So when you take your skills abroad, let's say you're in Brazil, for example, you're not only earning Western currency, you're in Brazil where the currency and the cost of living is a lot more cheaper. That means the extra money you have from your US salary, you can invest in Brazil, build a business, invest in their stocks. That is what BRICS is about, brothers. The way to build this wealth, like the millionaires, the billionaires, is to find something very low, hold it, and when it becomes developed, boom, wealth is built. As passport bros, we need to tap into not only BRICS, but the global market. Yes, the foreign women are great. They're wonderful. But we got to get this wealth too, brothers. Whether you're in Japan, whether you're in South Korea, whether you're in Brazil, whether you're in South Africa, in China, business, IT, wealth, riches, and having that global mindset is truly going to change your life, brothers. Big news this week. The BRICS Club, they ain't playing, brothers. I read a report this week that, ever since Iran joined BRICS, China and Iran have made a major deal. So Iran have, contracted China to build a major airport for $2.7 billion, and that will be paid for in crude oil, in Iranian crude oil. So who is going to benefit of such a big deal like that? The people that are mining the crude oil in Iran, the people that are building the IT infrastructure in the airport in Iran, the people that are actually doing the trade between Iran and China, and a lot more people. That's big, brothers. And there'll be many more deals like that, where private companies are being contracted for these kind of jobs, where highly professional, skilled people are being contracted for these jobs. So imagine there's an airport that's being built in China. They will need some sort of cloud infrastructure, right? To process company data, to process, data going in and going out, to hold data. Brothers. So who would they look to build something like that? Brothers who are in IT and brothers who are in cloud. That's how you get the big money and the wealth and the riches. And of course, they'll be paying top dollar. Come on, brothers, man. We need to tap into this global market. The world is changing. The world is changing big time. And it's a change where it's only going for the positive way. And we need to build this wealth, brothers. When you're a passport bro, the women are great, but also thinking about business, opportunity, building wealth is also great too, if not greater. Right? I think we've all come across the rich Chinese college students, right? Press a four in the live stream chat if you're in California, in New York, if you're in London, if you're in Birmingham, if you're in Houston, and you see these rich Chinese university students pull up in Lamborghinis, wearing, Fendi bags, Gucci bags, all these expensive clothes. How do you think they can afford that? Right? Because many years ago, their Chinese parents invested in things that were very low in China. So when China went through its economic boom in the last 20 years, they got that paper. And that's why their kids, the Chinese college students, are running around in Lamborghinis, in high-class Teslas, in Bugattis. That's the kind of wealth that I want to see passport bros get. That's the kind of wealth I want to see passport bros get. And I'll keep it a stack. I'll keep you a stack. You ain't gonna build that wealth in the West, because the West isn't built for brothers. The West doesn't want to see brothers succeed. The West has a virtual agenda against brothers. It will not allow you to reach the level of Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, and all these other high-class tech people. The West will never let that happen. They will sabotage you. They will do everything behind the scenes to make sure that you don't reach that level. But you can and we must get that level in Africa, in Japan, in South Korea, even in China. We need to have that cutthroat mentality as a passport bro to build this wealth. How important is this BRICS announcement? So BRICS have their own bank. It's called the BRICS New Development Bank. It's a bank that will be giving out loans to poor countries. It's a bank where, they don't have to rely on the West. Because the current payment system that's called SWIFT, and press the 5 in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. SWIFT, SWIFT. It is a payment system that every single country abides by. It is a payment system that is behind, processing cards such as, MasterCard, and Visa cards. They're all linked to this SWIFT payment system. This SWIFT payment system is headquartered in, I believe, the West, in Switzerland. Okay. And of course, is controlled by the West. And they were able to cut Russia off this international payment system. Can you imagine, brothers, right? Anyone in the live stream chat, you waking up one day and you are cut off from the SWIFT international payment system. You will never be able to use your Visa card, your credit card, your debit card, your MasterCard ever again, because you are cut off literally from the global financial system. So it doesn't matter where you go, any country, you won't be able to use that. That is scary, brothers. That just shows you and tells you how powerful and how the West controls the world. Russia, China, and all these other countries saw that and they're like, nah, we need to make sure that we have a backup plan. So if they cut us off that system, we can use our own system behind the scenes. Brothers, there's levels to how the West controls the world. There's levels. The women are great. The foreign women are great. But look at how the world is truly run as well as a passport bro. As a passport bro, you should be reading about geopolitics. As a passport bro, you should know about how the financial system works. It is key to being a passport bro. Very important. Shout out to Mr. Demswood for the £2 super chat. Appreciate you, brother. BRICS is an opportunity and blessing from the Lord. Yes, it is. Without BRICS, we live in a world where it is fully controlled by the West. And we do not want a world that is fully controlled by the West. The West is the reason why feminism is out of control. It's the reason why so many women in the West are crazy. It's the reason why Africa is oppressed. To keep it a stack. I've always said this, brothers, right? No black person on this earth should be poor. We have more than enough resources. I mean, Congo itself has over $1 trillion worth of natural resources, but somehow it's one of the poorest countries in the world. Who's responsible for that oppression? Who's responsible, for Africans being the poorest people in the world? It is the West. It is the West that controls the African economies. We know how France controls 14 African countries using the franc currency. Somehow France is the fourth largest gold reserve holder, and France has no gold. So that means it gets its gold from Africa and holds it and sells it. That's oppression, brothers. The Western hegemony in this world is a big problem. It's a big problem. So as passport bros, we need to have that mentality where We can't rely only on the West. Yes, it is great that you can earn dollars, pounds, Canadian currency, Japanese yen, and spend that very cheaply abroad. But there's a limit to what you can actually get in terms of building wealth. Again, this is great news for cryptocurrency as well, because it means that Bitcoin has more value. The West hates Bitcoin because the West can't fully control Bitcoin. You know, the West hates cryptocurrency. Yeah, brothers have to peek behind the curtains and see just how vicious the West is to keep it a stack. Somehow the West preaches liberalism, it preaches, BLM, diversity, equity, and inclusion. These are all facades, brothers. Look behind the layers, peel behind the curtains. France is also a Western liberal country, but look what it does in Africa. Look what it does in Africa. Would a true Western liberal country be oppressing another country in 2023? 14 countries for a fact through the currency exchange. All these Western countries are liars. Now, I'm not saying China's perfect. I'm not saying Russia's perfect. No, no country is perfect. But who's actively oppressing the financial prosperity of brothers and African countries in 2023? It is the West. I guarantee you, brothers, right? Okay. You may be earning 80K a year, right? $80,000 for some kind of job in America. And you have a bunch of white colleagues that have the same position as you, same experience. And I guarantee you they're earning at least 130K a year, 50K more than you, without a doubt. And you have no idea how much you're getting screwed over by the income disparity between your white coworker and yourself. That's what they do, brothers. So you can't solely rely on Western income. When you're a passport bro and you're earning American dollars living in Colombia, what can you do in Colombia? If you're a passport bro, right, and you're working one of the BRICS countries, you work in Brazil. Brazil is part of BRICS. Brazil is part of BRICS. So what can you do to tap into that BRICS global financial market? What can you do? Read the news, look at opportunities, you know, look at how you can benefit from business deals being made there. Because when these countries interact and communicate, IT will be the fundamental uh, 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 um, hold between everything. Without IT, the world doesn't run. It'll be about law, it'll be about trade, finances, and IT, storage, at building applications, building software, securing it. That's all IT, brothers. We as passport bros who are in IT or who aspire to be in IT, the BRICS is some of the best thing that's happened in the last 10 years, 15 years for IT brothers. With your skills that you can take anywhere around the world, get contracts, work in the Middle East, work in Brazil, work on big projects. That's how the wealth gets built, brothers. Or you can stay in the West and you can be oppressed. Or you can stay in the West and you can be oppressed. I genuinely believe that we are oppressed in the West. If you're not a celebrity, if you're not a sports star, if you're not an entertainer, good luck. Good luck, brothers. You will never reach your full potential in the West. And I mean that, brothers. And I mean that. Shout out to Mr. Wells T for the $19.99 super chat. I appreciate you both for the support. Thank you very much. And brothers, let's get the likes up, please. Let's get the likes up, man. Show me some love and show me some support. Please support the movement and the channel. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. Shout out to Mr. Sean Grand for the $15 super chat. Appreciate you, bro. The African country of Niger is standing up to French colonization. Facts, bro. Absolute facts. And France is a so-called country that practices liberal values, right? To me, right, brothers, you have to see behind the curtains. All these military bases, all these, drone drone labs in these countries sponsored by America and the West. That's all a form of control. That's all a form of control. If you are a country, right, and you have an American base, that means America controls you. If you are a country and you have an English base in your country and a French base in your country, that means that country that has a base in your country controls you without a single doubt. Yes, brothers are not in chains and getting whipped like that anymore, but we are controlled by another form of control: military bases, financial control, using another country's currency. If you are using another country's currency, the currency you're using controls that country. So I want all you brothers to forget about all the liberal values that, the West preaches. It's all BS. It is all BS. It's all to keep you confused and controlled. And it's a shame that the population at a huge mass doesn't see what's going on. And that's why they distract you via Netflix, via your rap music, via festivals, being degenerates, got you have you hooked on PORN. It's all a cycle to control you, brothers. It's all a cycle to control you, brothers. Think about it, right? They don't teach kids in schools how to invest, how the system works. It's all about fun. Fun, 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 fun. Even at university, in colleges, it's all about fun. No serious talk. Go and party, go and drink, go and take some substances, go and be obsessed with PORN, go and be obsessed with sex. You become so obsessed with these things that keep you distracted that you can't see how the world truly runs. You're barely getting by. I mean, come on, brothers, man. And this is happening in Western countries. So you either rise above the ashes or you fall with the mass population. Oh, that's a bar right there. I might have to send it off to Nas or Kendrick Lamar. Rise above the ashes or fall with the masses. I got my Glock 45 and I'm only kidding, brothers, man. But IP got bars, huh? IP got bars. 16 bars, bro. So I'm gonna open up the phone lines in 5 minutes. I said my piece, being a passport bro is, yes, it's about part of it's about going out there and meeting the foreign woman of our dreams, girlfriend, wives, having children with them, etc., etc. Getting into IT, right? And taking your skills abroad and working there, living that remote working lifestyle. That's great. But can we also tap into, what's actually going on in the world? How can we build wealth? How can we all build wealth? You can live a good life in the West. I'll keep it a stack. I'll keep it a stack. You can live a good life in the West, but you're capped as to what you can truly do. Your true potential is capped. You know, the only way you're going to truly get this wealth and your true potential is going to be achieved is by having that global mindset. Why do you think that Indian people can go to Africa and become millionaires, but in their home country they have nothing? They had nothing. Can someone press a two in the chat if you know what I'm referring to? You know, why is it that in America the South Koreans came to California, Los Angeles, South Central, became millionaires there, right? But they were poor in South Korea. They had that global mindset. Come on, brothers, man. IP is spitting game right now, brothers. IP is spitting game. What? Come on, brothers. Once again, right? Look at Detroit. Detroit, the liquor stores, the stores are run by Arab people, and they're millionaires. But in their home country in Arabia, they had nothing. That was them having that global mindset, brothers. That's what we got to do, brothers. They saw value, they saw potential, and they exploited that potential. And the topic I want to go on to now is Africa. Every one of you brothers need to be investing in Africa. Without a single doubt, Africa is going to be an economic powerhouse in the next few decades. Get in now. Get into IT, remote work, make connections, make investments, hold it, and you're going to see crazy wealth happening. Right? I mean, if the Indians, if the Chinese, right, have saw value in Africa and have went there and have become millionaires, ain't no reason why brothers can't reach out to brothers and sisters in the diaspora and get this money too. The Lebanese have done it. The Chinese have done it. The Indians have done it. They're all getting rich in Africa, and Africa hasn't even developed. The kind of wealth that brothers want, that most of us want, is not happening in the West unless you get lucky with a great idea and you get some venture capitalist funding, and that's very, very rare, very, very low. All right. So, brothers, let's start thinking internationally. Woman, wealth, global market, being serious, being more into geopolitics. I'm gonna expand the channel content to not only foreign women, but red pill content, geopolitics content, main improvement content, my personal thoughts content. I want to give you brothers more value, and I've hoped that this live stream is giving you value. You need to get this cash, brothers, get this wealth as BRICS expands. 2024 is going to be a crazy year. That's when officially Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the new members of BRICS join BRICS. It's going to be a crazy wealth building opportunity, brothers. So let's get it, man. I'm International Passport. I said my piece. So please call in. Let me know what you thought about this live stream. What's your thoughts about BRICS? How can brothers tap into the global financial market? Let me know, man. In the meantime, please hit the PayPal for support. Hit the super chats. Make sure you please hit the what's it called? You hit the consultations. Get in touch with me, and of course, join me on the Patreon on this incredible journey to get you brothers more enlightened. All right, and cop the merch too. Show me some support. All right, let's get cracking, man. Make sure you watch my video uploads as well. Please support, man. I'm trying to give you brothers a lot of value and content. Let's get it cracking. So let me open up the phone lines and let's have a great conversation. If you can't call in, please send your questions in a super chat or PayPal donation. Awesome. And get the likes up, please. Thank you very much. Awesome. All right, let me get some water, brothers. Give me a second. Okay, let's go, brothers. Let's go. So phone lines are open for you brothers to chime in on this discussion on having that global mindset and tapping into the BRICS market. Not only BRICS, but in terms of, you know, anywhere you go to, think about how can we build wealth in the country we're currently living in. As remote workers, as IT brothers, as passport bros, got to start thinking about wealth, building wealth, what to invest in, what kind of businesses can I open up in this country. You know, shout out to brothers who have all these, you know, soul food spots in Colombia and all these other countries. That's part of it, brothers. So imagine you're working IT and you have a soul food spot. You have a soul food spot that's being ran by your foreign girlfriend. You know, start thinking like that, brothers. Right? The West is it ain't gonna be on top forever. I'll tell you that. The West will not be on top forever. You know, no country, no one stays on top forever. Okay, so when it loses its spot, bro, you need to make sure that you can capitalize on that, right, by investing in the right things and having that global mindset. Okay, so waiting for a caller. Okay, anyone that wants to chime in on this discussion, now is the perfect time to call in. Pardon me. Let's get it cracking, man. Let's get it cracking. Okay, so let me just check. All right, brothers, feel free to call in. Now's the time. So let me continue speaking while I wait for our first caller. So press a 5 in the chat if you've been following the BRICS breakdown. What you saw this week, you know, alarm bells should start ringing, right? You're a passport bro, you travel all around the world. How can you, you know, benefit from emerging economies and deals being made? Very important. Okay, very important. We got to start thinking like businessmen, start thinking globally. IT is the gateway to this global citizen mindset. Skill set that you can take anywhere around the world, a skill set that can apply to any of the BRICS countries and not just BRICS, any country in the world. Like I mentioned, when things are being built, IT is always going to be involved, right? The world cannot function anymore without cloud, without programming, without many other IT features. Okay. So this makes passport bros and brothers in IT, right, very valuable. Even more valuable when you can speak the language of the country you're in. So you work in IT and you speak South Korean, you speak Portuguese. Oh Lord, brothers, man. Deals will be given to you. Opportunities will be handed to you. Right. So again, tap into that global mindset. Extremely important, brothers. Extremely important. All right. Shout out to Mr. Chuck for the £15.17 cash app. No, £15.17 PayPal donation. Thank you, bro. South African woman and business video with said great video IP. Thank you for the kind words and support. Much appreciated, bro. Awesome. Awesome. All right, brothers. Let's go, man. What's going on? Yeah, y'all gonna call in, or is it gonna be a quiet night tonight? This is a perfect time for us to have a serious discussion. I know it's not about women, but brothers, we gotta start thinking like made men, right? Start having that conquerors mentality. Start seeing opportunities and start, exploiting those opportunities. The same way many people have done in Africa in the past and currently do it, we need to have mentality too. Extremely important. All right, so call in, brothers, call in. If y'all don't call in the next 5 minutes, I guess I'm going to end the stream early. And we're going to have a great week ahead. Okay? I said my piece, and I've hoped that I've inspired brothers to do better, think better, and act better. I'm going to give it 5 more minutes. Let me double check. Okay, so the link is in the live stream. It's pinned. Feel free to call in, brothers. Don't be shy. International passport. We truly thinking international. International in terms of our women, international in terms of economies, in terms of income, in terms of opportunities. We got to start thinking globally and having that global citizen mindset. Ethiopia is also part of the BRICS group now. What does that mean for brothers? Ethiopian women, they're there for the taking. Infrastructure is there to be built. And when infrastructure is being built, you damn sure IT is going to be involved in that, brothers. Okay? Yep, facts. Facts there, Ramel. Real estate, IT, crypto. I mean, it all ties in, man. It all ties in. Right? It all ties in, brothers. We can't just be so focused on the West. The West this, the West that. I don't know about that, brothers, man. Use the West as a launching pad for travels. The dollar goes far worldwide in certain countries, but it won't be like that forever. Economies will grow, get developed, and the dollars won't go and stretch as far. The petrol dollar will eventually go away. Thank goodness. And then the weakening of of the West is going to be a sight to behold. All right, so brothers, call in. If no new call in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to end the stream early. I was also going to say that, yes, so I will not only speaking about foreign women anymore. I want to touch upon and do more videos on, self-improvement, red pill content, geopolitical content, more reactions on certain videos, topics, foreign women, passport bro topics, geopolitics. I'm going to do the whole thing, brothers. Give me, brothers, more value. Start thinking globally. Shout out to Mr. Chestnutters for the $2 super chat. Appreciate you, brother. Hope Guyana joins BRICS. When is a Python class? Yep. I mean, hopefully, a lot of these, unfortunately, poor countries join BRICS. We know why they're poor. The global system is run by the West, right? And the West keeps many countries poor. It does it on purpose. So yes, I hope that they join BRICS and develop the country, and I hope they all live great lives. When is the next Python class? So I'll be opening up the Python class registration next week on the first week of September. So that's either on next Friday, next Saturday, or next Sunday. I know I will officially start teaching the Python class on either the 3rd or 4th week of September. Only if I get enough headcount. If the headcount is too small, I'm going to cancel the classes, and of course, I will issue out refunds. Okay, thank you very much, Chestnutters. That's a funny name, bro. Chestnuts. Oh man, with the South Park profile picture. All right, man. 4 more minutes. I'm going to end the stream. 4 more minutes. I said my piece. 4 more minutes. Let me read the live stream chat. IP is about solutions, just not just complaining. Facts, man. All solutions. All about solutions, man. Shout out to Mr. Demswood for the £2 super chat. Demswood, superstar mod. Appreciate you, brother, for the support. Thank you so very much. Doing Terraform practice. Nigeria needs BRICS ASAP. Funny you say Nigeria, bro, because I was reading the other day that Nigeria has applied to join BRICS, but I think BRICS has a very strict what's it called, criteria to join. But I think they have, so hopefully they also join as well. I mean, Nigeria is, I think it's the biggest economy in Africa, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously, they're very heavily influenced by the West. The West does control Nigeria, unfortunately, and many other African countries. So, so I'm looking at, oh yeah, so yeah, they didn't, I think, yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, yeah, hopefully they do join BRICS, bro. But they are very strongly linked with the West, Nigeria, unfortunately. Awesome. Thank you, bro. No callers means that brothers are tired, brothers are busy, or they have no idea what I'm talking about. Brothers, we need to make sure we're reading the news every day, seeing what's happening all around the world. It's extremely important. So I'm going to end it in the 1 hour mark. So that's literally in 5 minutes. Great stream. I hope to have kicked knowledge. I'm trying to provide value. And that's all I can do. That's all I can do. Over 92 people watching. Okay, awesome. Over 92 people watching. 5 more minutes, brothers. I've said my part. Now it's your time, brothers, to ask questions, to be inquisitive. Now is your time, brothers. Also, BRICS means there'll be more of a, multipolar world. What does that mean? It means that America won't be calling the shots, like it is currently doing. More countries have the capacity, the wealth, the strength to stand up to the West's agenda. Okay, and we definitely want a world where every country has autonomy. Every country runs their own country without any influence from the West or China or any other country. Very important, man. Extremely important. Okay, 4 more minutes, brothers. Call in. Let me post a link in the live stream chat again. None of y'all call in. I'm going to end the stream early. Thank you, Damswood. Couple more minutes left, brothers. Couple more minutes, brothers. And I'm going to end the live stream. Okay, so we are in the last 2 minutes. Okay, so all right, brothers. This has been a great live stream. I've hoped I've given you brothers some inspiration, some knowledge, to go out there and think globally, have that conquers mentality, keep studying IT, keep pushing forward. I've hoped this live stream has been a very inspirational factor. So we are in our last minute, and if no one calls, I'm going to end the live stream early. Okay. Last 30 seconds. Shout out to everyone who hit the donations. Shout out to all the brothers who liked the video. Thank you very much for the support, man. Much appreciated. Let me check the PayPal again so I don't miss any donations. After that, I'm going to end the live stream. Okay. All right. Thank you, brothers. Great live stream, brothers. And I'll see you, brothers, on the next video. Peace out, brothers. Thank you very much.